Okay, this is going to be one of those time travelling videos. A few days ago I filmed myself doing this drawing. I didn't use it in the video that I'd intended to use it in. It was intended to demonstrate a point and it didn't do it well enough, so I'm going to use it here just to let you have a look at it really. And then we're going to go into the future. The river's coming up, so I'm going to take a walk down and have a quick look at that. It's in Spate, I think, so if it's exciting, I'll put that out at the end. I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so here's the Norman Ackroyd, so you can see what I'm working from. We've now got this lovely kind of soft, darkened area up here. I'm not going to worry too much about all this, it's not going to be a finished picture. Take the rubber and think about these areas of light in here, which I'm just going to kind of start to work in. Softer area up here, coming down into the trees. There's a tree line in there. Then there's a really light area in there, which is nice. Catching the light. The thing about this tonal area up here is it's very soft, and I'm just going to darken that in a little up there. But I'm just going to let it, just soften it a little bit. I don't want to be too strong. And the reason for that is that to create this sense of distance, we'll call it background. It's not a word that I really like, but to create this sense of distance we need a softness to the tones up here, but in the foreground contrast is much greater, so there'll be much more strength in the marks and the lines in this area in the foreground than there would be up in the distance. I'll just want to turn that up a little bit as well. That's quite dark. These are kind of clouds, and sometimes the sky is darker. It seems heavier than the land itself. It's a bit of a contradiction, but the weight of clouds sometimes, particularly, I don't know, up in the Dales or in Scotland, places of wild beauty where there's a real power in the sky. You can see storm systems coming for miles. Here in the foreground, there's a really sweep of dark down there, which is, charcoal is brilliant for this, and that goes all the way across. Tree trunks, really sharp and spiky, and away they go up. What this does is, with the light that we've already put in, it creates a real contrast, a really strong contrast. So we have the softness of the background, and then this really powerful foreground going on here, which is full of lines. I'm going to use some other materials in this too. Can you see how this is bringing this forward and that's pushing back because of the strength of the tonality, the contrast in the foreground here. I'm getting too warm in here. I need to get this jacket off. Right, for this, the finer details down here, well, they're not really details, but you know what I mean. I'm going to use these charcoal pencils. They're just a little bit more manageable for what we're doing here. So I'm going to start to add, and you see how I'm using this as a tool and not like this. It's a much more tool-like way of using materials. add in more trees, kind of willows or something down here, I don't know, but they're nice and sharp. Then some of these lines go up through there, you can see. And what we need to do is maybe fix some of this. Right, so even though I've fixed that now, you can still move this around a little bit. I've only sprayed it once, so it's not gonna fix it fully. And but now what you can do is start to scrape into this surface. So some of these branches that are coming up here, I'm gonna bring down like that, where they're catching the light to it. I'm just using a modelling knife here. You can use, you know, a razor blade or whatever you want to do, and it just adds a little bit more light into it. And you can scrape away at the surface if you want to, like this, and get some added textures in there. You really need to work into this and give it some light in there. Some of these marks are maybe not so easy to see, they're quite subtle, but you want a picture to have that balance of power, immediacy, and then subtlety, so that it's got degrees of interest to look at. And then it keeps your interest for some time, rather than, you know, there can be, if a picture's too obvious, you might look at it, you might think, wow, great, but then the interest's lost after a very short time, and you maybe never look at it again. See, I could work much more into it, but I don't know, I think it's gone far enough, really. Do you? Yeah. Go and have a look at the river. I know it's very high in town, so I thought I'd come and see what it's like here. I can hear it already. I wouldn't normally be able to hear the river from here. God, I don't even know what that is. This is the tree that I filmed in the last lockdown video. I can't even get anywhere near it now. Totally surrounded by raging water. How it's standing up there, I don't know. All of this land behind me here, this is all meadow normally, and it is completely submerged. This is the exact spot where I swam in the summer. It's really nice. Unbelievable. I can feel there's more rain on its way. Cloud cover's coming over now, and I can feel it spitting. It's beginning to rain again, so if it's raining up the dales, it's just going to come up even further. Time to go, I think. I'm going to get wet. But there's a bull gone in.
There is some cows in the water, yes.
Apparently there's cows and a bull in the water. But not sure I fancy trying to get a bull out of the water. There we go. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the thumbs up. Subscribe, as always. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. If you click the little bell icon next to the subscription button, that'll notify you every time I upload a new video. So, for now, thank you very much. See you in the next vid.